Yo, what's good YouTube? It's boardzy, and in this video I'm going to be doing a comparison of the Zowie S2 and the Endgame Xm1. I've actually gotten requested to do this video a few times, so I'm just going to try to do it as quick as possible and then put a ton of gameplay with both of these mice at the end of the video. So first off, the build quality on both of these mice is insane. I'm not going to go too in depth about it, you just gotta believe me. The Zowie mouse probably feels a bit firmer and bulkier because it is a bit heavier and they don't really do anything to reduce the weight. While the Xm1 is 70 grams, so it is a lightweight mouse, but it does have a full shell, no holes in it, which gives it better build quality. Now the coating on the Xm1 is a lot better. It's no sweat stains, as you can see on my S2. There's some sweat stains, and you can honestly feel them on the shell, which is kind of whack. But that doesn't really take away from how good this mouse is. It's just the sweat stains aren't the best, and they do come up pretty easily. If you're playing a game for an hour and you're holding that mouse, if you have even somewhat sweaty hands, your hands are gonna sweat all over it. The Xm1, this doesn't happen. It has the best coating. Now the main clicks. Actually, let's talk about the weight first. The Xm1's 70 grams, while the S2 is 83 grams. But in your hand, the S2 is going to feel a lot heavier. I'm not sure why this is, but it has a nice, big, firm feel. And this is with PTFE feet too. I have hyperglides on it, so I'm really not sure why that is. But the Xm1 feels super lightweight and a bit faster. Maybe because it has the forward glides, I'm not sure. And now getting into the shape differences. The S2 is in general a much smaller mouse than the Xm1. I'll put them next to each other and you can see that in basically every aspect the S2 is smaller. It's shorter lengthwise, it's less wide, it's more narrow, and it's the Xm1 has a hauler hump, I believe, and I accidentally started playing one of my videos. That's so awkward. Whatever, we're gonna keep going. So yeah, the S2 is smaller in every way. So I'd say it's made for people who use a claw grip or a palm grip, or anything in between, really. I wouldn't say it's the best mouse for fingertip, but you could still use it with fingertip. But I would definitely suggest moving away from fingertip if you're going to use either of these mice. And it's made for people with small to medium sized hands. If you have really big hands, using this mouse might be a challenge for you. While the Xm1 is made for people with medium to large hands who play either a palm or a claw grip, and it has a super comfortable shape for me personally, with hands at a size of 19 by 10.5 centimeters. I could basically do claw or relaxed claw. I don't ever palm grip, but I could do a palm grip on this mouse if I wanted to. And both of these mice are really comfortable. They're designed to be comfortable mice, and they do a very good job of that. It's really not much to it. Both of them have a high hump towards the back. The Xm1's a bit taller, and that's all you have to know, really. S2, small to medium. Xm1, medium to large. Now let's get into the actual aspects, because some people have been asking me to do shape first, because that's what they care about the most. So now getting into the main clicks. The Xm1 has, Endgame advertises it as the fastest switches. I'm not sure what they do. It's called an analog technology, I believe. And these switches are super light, super fast, and they aren't lying when they say that they're insane. It's one of the fastest mice, because I do notice over the S2 that the Xm1 is a bit more responsive in game. And I have no clue why that is, but I'm telling you guys, it is noticeable. But the S2 has Huano switches, and they're super light, super crispy, and I have no issues with them. They also have a nice little comfort groove right here, as you can see, which makes it super comfortable and fits your hand like a glove. So overall, I love the switches on both of these mice, but the Xm1 is a bit faster, I believe, a lower debounce time. So you can say it's placebo, you can cry all you want, but that is what I'm gonna say. Now onto the scroll wheel. The XM1 has a pretty small scroll wheel compared to most mice. You can see that it's not very big. It's like the size of my fingernail. Yeah, that's terrific. And it's kind of loud. It's kind of like hard to activate. It's definitely not the best scroll wheel, and has a super hard click. Like, it's not easy to click down compared to a lot of other mice. The S2 has a pretty light to activate, kind of mushy scroll wheel, and it has a super loud, awful noise. So neither of these mice really have good scroll wheels, but they're designed towards having you aim good. They don't really give a fuck about like your casual scrolling. These are gaming mice, not gay mice. Now onto the side buttons. The S2 could easily have the best side buttons, but they're a bit too hard to activate. They're definitely usable for Fortnite, but I wouldn't say they're optimal by any means. They're super big though, pretty easy to hit, and crispy and firm, but just a bit too hard to activate. The XM1 on the other hand has super light to activate, hollow, but still firm and crispy side buttons. They're also at a very good height. As you can see, this is my thumb when I play, and I just have to move it up a little bit to hit them. Overall, I'd say the XM1 side buttons are a bit better. You can easily hit both of them at the same time. And the S2s could be better if they were just a bit lighter, but they are a bit more comfortable and a bigger size. Now onto the cord. The S2 comes with a rubber cord, and it's virtually necessary to paracord it if you do want that wireless feel. So I'm gonna review it not based on the stock cable, but on the paracord. So the paracord is obviously like perfect, and the XM1 comes with a paracord-like cable that I'd say is easily the best stock cable on the market, no question about it. Literally, look at how flexible it is. It's insane, and compared to the S2's paracord, it is nearly as good. Not as flexible, but it's pretty fucking insane for a stock cable. And keep in mind that paracord adds $20 to the cost of the S2. So just always keep that in the back of your head. But a paracord is going to be better than the XM1 cable, but there's really no difference. Both of these mice feel wireless. Now onto the bottom of the mice. The S2 does not come with hyperglides, and I would not recommend putting hyperglides on it. It comes with these nice Teflon Zowie glides that are the same size and give you a perfect buttery smooth glide. And honestly, I'm not going to say I regret putting hyperglides on, but it just wasn't necessary. The stock feet are like a 9 out of 10. While the XM1 comes with these 4 PTFE feet, which have an interesting shape, and I believe they have rounded edges, they do, which gives them a nice smooth glide on your mouse pad. I like them a lot. They're pretty fast as well. You can see super fast glides, while the S2 is also pretty fast, but it focuses more on the big like smoothness factor instead of the speed. So onto the sensor. The S2 uses a 3360 while the XM1 uses a 3389, and there's really no difference in terms of tracking. The only difference I've noticed is in terms of like actual speed, like responsiveness, where the XM1 is definitely a bit more responsive. I have no clue why, but this doesn't take away from your ability to perform insanely well with the S2. I'd say that honestly, the S2 has some factor about it that makes you like aim insanely well. This sounds like some bullshit, but like I'm not lying to you guys. It's definitely like a noted thing on like mouse review subreddits, like r/mouse review. People talk about like some Zowie factor that just makes you aim better. I'm not sure if it's like the firmness or the size or like the weight, but you can aim insanely well with these mice regardless of the sensors they have. And like the older models have 3310s and like pros still use them. So I'm not saying that because the XM1 feels faster, it's necessarily better, but it definitely is a thing. Also, both of these mice have onboard profile, like not onboard profiles, like they don't have software. All of the shit is adjustable on the mouse. On the Zowie mouse, you see it has the polling rate switch and the DPI switch. And on the XM1, it's the same, except there's only one button. I don't know how you would change the polling rate. It's beyond me, but yeah, there's no software for either of these mice. I think there is XM1 software, but it doesn't really do anything. Like, you can't make macros or shit. And that's it for the actual aspects of the mouse. So now I'm going to say which one I think you should buy. If you have small to medium hands and play a claw grip and are willing to pay $90 for this mouse, $70 for the mouse itself, and then $20 for a paracord, this is definitely going to be the best option for you. Something about the Zowie mouse just feels great in hand. You're going to see if you watch the gameplay after the video ends. I've been doing insanely well in Fortnite with this mouse, Fortnite, and I do have hands on the larger side. While the XM1, it's going to be $60, and you're not going to need to pay anything more than that. Once you get this mouse, you have it, you don't really need to spend any more, and it comes with a paracord-like cable, and it is insanely responsive. Don't undervalue like that aspect of this mouse. And the build quality is great, and for $60, and it's a lot more like other grip style friendly than the S2 is. So if you have medium to large hands and maybe even small hands, I would definitely recommend buying this. So my final verdict is, if you want to test out the Zowie feel and you're willing to pay $90, get the S2. If you just want a solid mouse that feels very good and is very responsive, pay $60 and get the XM1. I can't really tell you which one's better, and enjoy the fuck ton of gameplay.
Stop! Just as I thought of. I'm God truck on you. Fuck you. Fuck! Tracking is no.
Yeah, shit's trash.
Shit on! Fuck! No way, you're about to get shit on.
Shit on! Because, like, obviously I'm not famous, right?
Yeah,
but,
you like actually God.
But, like...
I just got flipped. Of course. Later. Ah, he doesn't care. Hey! No way. You gonna do that, homie? No
What?
way!
Did you die?
No! I just did a Monger Classic and 200 pump this kid.
Good shit.
Oh!
Oh, what was I gonna say?
Pipe Night Ward.
No, nothing better than some Pipe Night, bro. I'm so good. You're the best duo in NA.
I know. I am the best duo.
I'm doing so good right now. I have like 35 points, bro. I have more than that. I have 38 points.
Nice.
I'm just gonna play the whole thing out.
What's up, YouTube? It's boardzy.
You wanna hear mine? Those are my W's. Milk even trolling. Well, I think the star one and the mongrel back one like intimidating.
He's actually like a Skyrim NPC. Hey, how do you get your poli-sci degree when you're still in high school?
So offended, boardzy.
Holy fuck!